that's right. We gonna tune it. We gonna turn it down just a little bit today, just a little bit. I want this to be the reflection episode. I wanted to do something, and I wanted to do it for a lot of years of my life, and here I am. The beginning, planting the seeds of what I want to do with me and how I want to do it. You know, life has a way of showing you some things, right? It's big on that. If you don't know nothing else, you gonna know this. Life gonna show you what you need to know. And failure. Failure is a big part of what I am, what I'm trying to be. It's helping me be who I am. Shout out to my boy Gotti because he's been there through a lot of it when I try to be the best that I can be. And shout out to you, boy. I'm gonna give you a big old treat. Big old treat. Big old treat. But I just wanna reflect on the beginning of me doing this season of what I'm doing. Cause I feel like this is the midway part, or this is like the beginning part as I continue to get better at what I do. So let's go through the episodes we did this season so far. Let's talk about it. So we had our first episode that I dropped. It was the intro. It was Meet the Host. Me. Everybody favorite. Y'all know y'all love me some. You love me some me. I love me some me. But y'all gotta love me a little bit better. Shout out to the homies BG and Gotti. I hear you. I know y'all love me. I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. But it was cool. That first episode was cool. But I had that whole like, you ever watch a kung fu movie and then like the words be off a little bit and all that? Yeah, that was a whole thing. I had to deal with that. Man. And I would like for y'all to calm down. I appreciate that. See, that's something else I'm dealing with while trying to produce this. Maybe in the summer when I can tie them up outside, I ain't got to worry about them running back and forth in my house. But they whine when I put them up. So that's just something that, I got to learn to deal with and get better at trying to, I don't know, where old Teasy Tay at? Or Don, where's some of where your son at to do the dog stuff? Because we need to get them together because they just ain't about the right. But yeah, man, I had that whole subtitle thing going on, and right then and there, I could have been like, I can't do this properly the way that people do things. And no, I say I'm dropping it. Yeah, I dropped it, old Gotti. It's probably BG. He's a rough dog. But I dropped it anyway. And I knew that it wasn't perfect. But I dropped it anyway because I didn't want to come out here and not put something out there. Start trying to do what I need to do what I want to do in my life. So I dropped it. It was what it was. Some parts were like really good, and there was other parts, man. I can't even begin to talk about this audio system. I had all this trouble with it, and I'll tell y'all about how I fixed that here in a second. My second one, that was my boy Virgil. He came all the way from San Francisco. Came from out from the Bay Area, out in Mountain View. He came from out here during this Christmas, vacation, and came and hollered at your boy. And told us everything that we need to know to make sure that we are the Ferrari of people. He gave us the motivation that it takes. Like, you got to put in work to be what you want to be. I took that. And that's sticking with me to this day. All I'm saying is, he says you got to work real hard. And I'm with that. I quote that man. You got to work hard for that. Go back and watch that episode. That was huge. Next up. I had Artego, the Enlightened One. Yeah, he hit us with all that. He hit us with some spirit guide business, and I appreciated it. It was a heavy episode. I had my guy Nate on that episode. And he read about Nate and he talked about him. And then most importantly, he talked about me. And I got this spirit animal. And it ain't no dog. It's this cat, Lil T. That's my guy. Oh, Lil T, that's my guy. I like him. I like him. I like him a lot. But he's supposed to be a manifestation of what, I want and my things that I need. He's the other part of what I'm supposed to be. And I take that into account. All right, Lil T, get on out of here. That's all you do all day. I don't know what kind of guidance he was supposed to give me, but all I do is just do that all day. Just lick his paws. But that was a big episode, man, and I appreciated Artego coming out here. He brought Risha with him, and I think I learned a lot that day about myself. But let me tell you where I messed up. I messed up when I was recording the show, and the battery died during the first part of the episode. So we had to literally do that interview again and bring that same energy back out. And that was big that he was able to help me out in that way. Because man, sometimes, excuse my language, I'm not gonna cuss that much on this show, but every now and then I fucked up. And I had a second battery out here in this world, and I found it that day. But at the end of the day, I had to recharge the original one and make sure that the second one was charged. I learned something that day. But he still came through and gave me a dope episode, man. And y'all got to go back and watch it. Take two of an episode where it's supposed to be candid. It's supposed to be me talking to somebody. He came back through and he did that. And we had a good episode. We also had this, I don't know what happens when you hold hands with people and, it's not a seance. We wasn't summoning nothing. It was just, we was just going into our inner energy. And that was dope. That was dope. The next episode would have me, I was sitting on my couch on a Sunday just chilling. I was just chilling, man. I wasn't doing nothing. I ain't had no plans for the day but to just show out. Because that's what I do. Y'all already know I show out. And I get a text from my Aunt Dawn. The text said, Kobe dead. Now I didn't know who she was talking about. I didn't know who she was talking about because it couldn't have been Kobe Bryant. But as social media would go on to, let me know, my OG, Kobe, he passed away. And his mentality, the Mamba mentality, he started that. But he was doing all that before then. And he had such a impact on my life and who I am, and we just dropped that thing. And I was being who I am. It was very candid. It was raw emotion. It was what it was. I didn't go out here and try and make the sound all great. I just needed to react immediately about someone that, I never met him. Never. But I met him. And, I was thinking about the impact that he had on me and what he did in my life, without him ever meeting me, and what he did. That had a profound effect on who I am today. The never give up attitude, always try and get better. How can I get better? Let me talk to you. Let me learn so I can be better. I was big on that. And to lose him and knowing that I'm on the path that I'm on, I felt like I lost a mentor. I lost a teacher in this life. But, somebody that I'm very fond of, they said this. They said that, sometimes people they end a chapter in their life so that we could go on to write our own. And I'll be honest, man, I just really wanted to see what else Kobe had to say. And I think one of the biggest things that was left about this, because we lost little Gigi, and you know that the whole girl dad movement, that whole thing. I think it touched me a different way. It hit me in a way that could only affect myself in a way that I feel about Kobe. And with him being as great as he is in basketball, it really, he wanted to be great at other things because it was more than just basketball. And that's why I appreciate him in that way. Next up, I had Mike Wynn come through with Total Body Transformation. TBT, man. They doing their thing. You trying to get big swole like your boy, Unico? Yeah. Holla at him. He'll get you together. But, again, excuse my language, I fucked up. The show was incredible. And then on the second half of the show, I left the audio. And, I have a great deal of respect for Mike Wynn. He's one of my best friends that I've ever had. I got a lot of those, and he's definitely one of them. And it hurt me because we was doing numbers on that. But the problem is that I didn't fulfill my part of what I was supposed to do. Give him a quality program for people to tune into that want to, see what he's talking about. And that hurt me in a different way because I felt like I let my friend down. And so I had to take the video down and then redo it. And then after everybody had already gotten, some of the, had gotten some of the feedback and all that cool stuff from it, I lost some of the numbers from it. And, I want to say this on camera. I apologize, Mike. My bad, man. I messed up. But the thing is, I know that I'll get into that later. Love Jones. Now y'all remember old Love Jones came out here and talked to y'all about all that? Yeah, talking real good to you. Telling you how you should be in your relationships, do what you do. Yeah. Y'all remember that, don't y'all? Dogs, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? I do. Man, that was a good episode, man. I like Love Jones, and Love Jones is gonna keep on coming through because Love Jones is he's about a 73-year-old man that lives inside my body. And I can't help but be him sometimes. And that was a good episode. The audio was perfect. Everything was perfect. I wasn't talking in them subtitles or none of that. Like, it was perfect. The audio could have been better. It could have been higher. I think it was pretty low. I was listening to it in my car and it was pretty low. But that was a good episode, and I appreciated doing that. I was very happy with myself on that one. So I said, yeah, now I got it. I got it, Joe. But when you do something great or almost great, sometimes you end up on your next one. It's not a great performance. Michael Jordan didn't always put up 40. LeBron, he don't always put up 30 points a game. He don't always put up Ole Miss triple dub. He don't always do that. But I came in there and I was very cocky about the next one. And it was about the Black History Month basketball game. Me and Justin Darden, shout out to Raz. But me and Justin Darden, we sat here and Justin did a great job. He spoke his truth. He had a lot to say. That was a dope episode. And I get upset sometimes because I wasn't able to put it out there in a way that I would be especially proud of. And so I used every avenue that I had to give y'all that episode. And I wasn't able to put it in the way that I wanted to put it. But it reminded me that also this is a podcast. So we can do this on audio. And I was waiting to unlock, my SoundCloud and all my music and all that stuff. I was waiting to unlock that until I let off, Sad Songs by Unico Williams, everybody's favorite album that y'all ain't heard yet. Y'all ain't heard it yet. It's all right. Y'all gonna get it though. But it reminded me that I also have a podcast. So it also reminded me that I need to do this on audio as well. So I did that and put it on audio. And that reminded me that I do have that avenue as well. So I learned something in that failure. So what can I say about failure? Today I could be saying this is not the season finale, the series finale. I could be like, you know what? Hey, I gave it my best shot. No. I'm far from done with what I do because I done came too far and I done paid too much money to be doing any of this stuff. All me. It's all about how I formed the relationships that it would take for people to come on this show. The bread that I put in to even put this type of production in. All right, and it's going to get better. Believe that. Yeah, it's going to get real good. But I can say, leading up to this point, I've had a lot of failures. I failed. And I know me when I was a little kid, when I was thinking about having that show, Love Jones. I wasn't thinking about the production aspect of things and how to make things look good to people. I wasn't thinking about that kind of stuff. I just thought about how I can say something to people and they'll just listen to it. It's more to it than that. And I'm learning that. And I'll get better. I'll continue to get better. And we're going to make it happen. So, this is a reflection episode. And I'm going to do better. I'm going to do my best to be the best that I can be. Y'all know what old Miss Rose said. Y'all already know the slogan. So, keep rocking with me. Because I'm going to tell you who I got up next. I got DeMar, 2 R's. I got him coming up. I got Brandon Kelly coming up. He's going to talk to us about what he's trying to do. We got Kelly King coming on the show. We already know that's cracking. We got Dub Ducey coming on the show. Man, we got a lot of people, a lot of acts coming on the show. It's going down. Bonzi doing this thing. He might want old Joe Jones to host that thing too. So keep tuning in. Keep on believing in me. Because if don't nobody else believe in me, oh, it's your boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nico Williams. I'm out here. And we're going to keep it cracking. I'm excited for where I'm going and where we're going to go together. And I hope that I can bring on the guests that you guys want on here. And it doesn't every get. So let me get this all the way like on Front Street. Every guest that I bring on, it may not be relevant to you and what you're talking about and what you want to do. But it's relevant to somebody. So I asked, you got to share, you got to subscribe, do all that because I'm going to talk about that. You into lifting weights? Holla at my boy Mike Wynn. Are you into the supernatural and all that? Holla at my boy Artego. Are you into... Matter of fact, let me say it again. Are you into lifting weights and getting your body together? Holla at my boy Virgil, man. He knows the way to go. He studied this. They've all studied this. I'm not bringing on no riffraff. I'm bringing on people that have something that they feel like is important to say. And I'm going to let them say it. Because I'm going to talk all day about how this is my show And we going to talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it. And when I talk about it, tune in. It don't got to be, it doesn't have to be, in your lane. But you know somebody that's in that lane. You know somebody that want to get their body together. Tell them watch this episode so they can follow the folks that I got on here that's doing that. That's the biggest thing. The whole point of this show is to bring people together that are different from all sides. But if we can find that one commonality, we can all be together. Do you hear me? Shout out to Tony Young. We're going to get him on here. We got DeAndre Tweely. He going to come on here. Nephew. He going to talk about that ball. We going to come on here. We going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about science. We're going to talk about athletics. We're going to talk about politics in general, like all the way point blank, period. We're going to talk about the state of human beings. We're going to talk about a lot of things. And I think that those things are relevant to us. It's not all about just sports. It's not all about just politics. We talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about anime. We're going to talk about quote unquote nerd shit. We're going to do all that. We're going to talk about everything. Because I think that that's what it takes for us to have a beautiful world that I've always dreamed of living in. A world where our differences have nothing to do with our commonalities. Our commonalities have everything to do with us. And that's where I'm at with all that. And at the end of the day, I'm talking about that love. Yeah. That sweet love. Like Anita Baker used to talk about. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So I can't say it enough. I love y'all. All y'all that stuck with me during this time, I appreciate it. 10 years from now, the youth, y'all come back and listen to old Uncle Joe's episodes. I want y'all come back and be like, yeah, he knew what he was talking about. And he knew the type of people to bring into this situation. So y'all know where to find me. UNIQO_Williams. That's Unico_Williams on Twitter. The same on Instagram. And Unico Williams on everything else. Snapchat. I might clown on Snapchat a little bit. Don't even worry about none of that. Y'all can watch what I do though when I ain't doing this. But before I go and before I say that my last favorite part of my show, I love you. And I mean that. And whatever I can do to help you, I'll do that. So we gonna make it happen. And on to my last part of my episode that I hold so near and dear to my heart. Follow me on Christian Mingle, Bar Swallow. Yeah! Holla at your boy!